Well, hey there. I don't know if how long this is actually going to be. This is just me talking about how at least how I'm perceiving things about how my abuse of, has affected me and is currently now affecting me. Um, I think that some people have a serious misconception that once you leave an abusive situation, uh, that it's then over. Well, no, that's not true. There's going to always be massive psychological ramifications that you're going to have to deal with. Uh, this is not easy. Uh, and what I think is happening, um, at least I'm not there yet. In this video, I can limit myself to 15 minutes simply for the processing amount of time it takes to process that much video. Uh, and so there is that. But this is my as abuse happens in those patterns, um, you notice that at least I have noticed that when you would have a plan, the abuser would control and manipulate, and at various stages. And of course, using the you can't do this without me, you have to do it this way. The way you want to do it is wrong. And I think that over part of the issue I'm suffering with at the moment um, is almost a Pavlovian dog kind of response. Even though not one of my abusers is standing over my shoulder, um, uh, but at the same time, because it was such a massive, almost the entire chunk of my life, every time I try and move forward, it's like, okay, this is what I believe benefits me. But as I go and do it, there's that boom uh, back there, okay, I'm getting ready to move forward. That's when normally the abuser kicks in, and instead of the abuser kicking in because my mind's so expecting that what's going to happen at this point, it just automatically fills it in from nothing. Um, I don't know because the dealing with it and moving forward, like one of the examples I have is calling in my unemployment. I'm sure we all can agree that I have and almost every human being on the planet has the ability to pick up physically, has the ability to pick up a cell phone or a telephone of some kind and put the numbers in and make a call. And the fact that the unemployment system is not something that this is my first time through, although they have updated it since was in it last time. Um, I still have that complete and utter dread of trying to call it in. Um, I mean, I do. I punch in the numbers, and it's like right before. I mean, once I get the actually hit the green button, I'm good to go. But forcing myself to uh, do that, you know, because not being allowed to take steps to advance yourself, not being able to, uh, you know, solve um, cause, I mean, how many times in the abuses, I'm trying very hard not to come up with specific instances that would indicate individual people. Um, so it is very difficult for me in this situation. Um, there have been uh, some people, and not just one, but that through sheer yelling has caused me migraines. Now, I am well documented with migraines. Um, they have light and sound sensitivity and can be triggered from a wide variety of reasons. Uh, uh, Stress being one, extreme noises being another, um, and being in a situation where a person is allowed to cause another human being such levels of pain, um, is something I need to talk about, but in such a way as to not say who it was. Um, and it's not to protect them, it's just to protect me because I mean, abusive people can be awfully vindictive. Um, so, uh, and it really doesn't, and calling them out really doesn't do anything because I have no absolutely zero proof of anything. So in some cases, you just this is the who did it doesn't matter. I just need to deal with the fact that it happened, um, and the pattern of it all. Uh, so as you go through, and it's the uh, and even when I was under my abuser, my several of them, and doing unemployment, uh, it would be the whole whether I would try and call in my unemployment. Um, they would come up with something to distract me or to pull me away, and so I couldn't do it until right there at the end, and then yell at me about how incompetent I was and how not necessarily not up, but do the whole "you're incompetent, you can't do anything. Why haven't you done this yet? You should have done this a week ago." um, that whole badgering, I mean, consistent over time, it makes you to the like the whole thing, um, whether you want to or not. You still back in your brain. It's like, okay, this obviously is wrong because it only helps me. It doesn't help my abuser, or it doesn't help. It's not a. My brain's trying and finding myself trying to go down that path where I put this 1,000 hours worth of effort into a project, and because the abuser had manipulated and controlled the situation, had taken it all away, um, and also that backup that of the response of every time you take a step, that there is the an abusive person, one of your abusers is going to be there to take it away from you. Um, to They're not going to allow you to uh, move forward. Uh, so it's and when you get to at least where I'm at, I think what's happening, I could be wrong, is that all of that, uh, the whole kind of. I used to think, well, am I just lazy? I mean, because all this stuff is easy, anybody can do it. Um, but it, it's I think now it's more like the fighting the even though my abuser is not there, I am still fighting my abuser trying to get things done. Um, uh, the well, I mean the number of times when you as I mean consistently, um, and one of the things that indicates the abusive behavior is that you may be trying to, but they add stuff that you have to do things that help them or aid them, which is how things end up. Or you put all this effort into it, I get a little bit, but they get these big huge chunks because all the effort was devoted. Um, so, and fighting with that, and the coming up with in these patterns. Um, today, uh, when I was doing my not blacksmithing, a masonry business, um, this I would have the same fear. Oh my God, how this is when I'm trying to get masonry clients. This is only affecting me. Well, yes and no. I mean, it's not overtly directly feeding my abuser, but me working has other effects. I mean, I need the work, and I need to do this. So it's been I yeah. Um, so trying. I mean, if I'm at this point, I probably should just wrap it up for this session. Um, but know that I, taking in and following I'm having all of the same anxiety effects at the same points with or without my abuser, and it's having the same effect of stopping me from getting things done, um, not calling in the numbers I need to, uh, or getting easily discouraged because the whole, oh, my abuser's not there to help me, and these phone numbers I have are the wrong ones. Obviously, I'm incapable of doing this myself, so I go into a depression. um I really wish I knew what was up, and if not mentioned before, um through most of my life, I have been given high end talk therapy. So, and some of the difficulties with me is simply dealing with it. I don't want to deal with it. Um, like when I was set on fire. Now I can talk about it, and it has absolutely. But the first time I talked about it, it was I and so no. I mean, did I want to talk about it? No. Did I want to deal with that? No. Do I want to deal with this? No. Do I have to? Unfortunately, because I mean, either I need to take control, or I just need to let them win in the ultimate fashion, and I'm not ready for that. So I'm hoping that me going over this like this hopefully helps somebody else. Um, and as I get clear my head and get more and more ahead of stuff, I will do more of these, because I think that hopefully that YouTube was initially, even though I didn't talk about stuff like this, was an emotional release for me. Well, right now this is my emotional release. And anyway, that is what I am thinking. As part of my issue is that I am still fighting my abusers. So anyway, I will talk to you all later, and let me know in the bottom what you think. And go ahead, and if you want to watch me talk about this some more, hit the subscribe button, which is around here someplace. Anyway, remember, thank you for watching, and if you have made it this far, you're a truly amazing person.